You gave my son food for free. Maggie blinked, startled. A tall man stood in her doorway, rain cascading from his expensive coat onto her fraying welcome mat. His grey eyes locked onto hers, calm, sharp, unreadable. I'm sorry, she stammered, gripping the doorframe, trying to steady her breath. The stranger didn't flinch. Instead, he placed a sealed envelope on her shaky table. I don't believe in charity, he said quietly, but I believe in settling debts. Whether you realize it or not, I owe you. The envelope lay there like a loaded secret. Maggie's pulse quickened. Who was this man, and why did it feel like her entire life was about to shift in a way she couldn't control? Rain streaked the windows of the Haven Street Diner, a modest eatery nestled between a rundown pawnshop and a flickering laundromat. Inside, the air smelled of overcooked bacon and stale coffee. Maggie Harper, apron damp and hair escaping its bun, wiped down the counter with a sigh. She was 28, exhausted, and barely making it through each day. Her kindness, however, never wavered. She had grown up with little but had been taught to give much. $1 for the homeless man out front, free coffee for the tired nurse, a warm smile even when her own world felt cold. That night, as the diner quieted and the last customers lingered, Maggie noticed something unusual through the glass. A boy frail, soaked, sitting in a wheelchair just outside the entrance. His thin jacket clung to him as he stared at the sidewalk, lips trembling. Maggie didn't hesitate. She stepped into the rain, crouched beside him, and wrapped a dry towel around his shoulders. You okay, sweetie? She asked gently. The boy barely nodded. I'm waiting for someone, he whispered. No one should wait out here like this, Maggie said, her voice steady despite the worry rising in her chest. Come on inside. I've got something warm for you. She wheeled him into the diner and sat him by the heater. I'm Maggie, she smiled, drying his hair with the towel. Tommy, he replied, his voice small but grateful. You hungry, Tommy? Grilled cheese, sound good. She was already halfway to the kitchen. When she returned, she placed the plate in front of him like it was a feast. This one's on me, champ. Tommy's eyes lit up as he took a bite. It's the best thing I've ever had. She laughed, sitting across from him, talking about superheroes and silly dreams. For a moment, the diner wasn't a rundown. Relicate was a safe haven. What she didn't see was the luxury car parked across the street. Inside it, behind tinted windows, sat Victor Grayson, CEO of Grayson Technologies. His empire was built on precision, control, and power. But tonight, his gaze was locked on his son. And the woman who had unknowingly changed everything. Victor had left Tommy there only briefly, stepping away to take a call. When he returned, he didn't expect to find his son being comforted, fed, and made to smile by a stranger. He made a call of his own. Clara, I need you at Haven Street Diner. No suit, no heels. Blend in, 20 minutes. 30 minutes later, Clara entered the diner. She spotted Tommy instantly, still eating, still smiling. She approached casually. Hey, kiddo, time to go. Your ride's here. Tommy looked up, frowning. Can I finish first? Maggie glanced at Clara, protective but polite. You know him, yeah, Clara replied. I'm his aunt. His dad asked me to get him. Maggie handed Tommy a napkin and a cookie. Take care, sweetie. Come back any time. Outside. Victor waited. Clara rolled Tommy to the car. She's amazing, Dad, Tommy said, beaming. She gave me food. For free. Just because. Victor's chest tightened. In a world where nothing came without strings, someone had shown his son pure, unconditional care. That night, Victor couldn't sleep. His mind raced not with numbers or contracts, but with a simple grilled cheese sandwich and a woman who didn't even ask for a name by morning. Clara had delivered a file. Margaret Harper, single, no degree, no family, 1-bedroom apartment, minimal income. Victor stood, closing the folder. I'm going to see her. Later that night, Maggie dragged herself home. Soaked shoes, empty wallet. Her bones ached from the double shift. A knock startled her. No one ever came to her door. Cautiously, she opened it. The man from the diner window stood there, rain dripping from his coat. You're Margaret Harper. Yes, and you are. Victor Grayson. The name meant nothing to her. She shrugged. He stepped inside. The boy you helped Tommy. He's my son. Maggie froze. Oh, I didn't know. He looked cold. I couldn't leave him there. Victor studied her. That's why I'm here. You didn't ask for anything. You didn't expect a reward, and yet you gave him more than anyone else has in years. He placed the envelope on her table again. I want to offer you a job. A real one, at Grayson Technologies. She blinked. I'm a waitress. I don't know anything about your world. I don't need someone who knows tech. I need someone who knows people. Someone who still believes in kindness. Her hands trembled as she opened the envelope. Inside a contract. Salary, benefits, everything she'd never dared to imagine. Victor smiled faintly. Say yes. But promise me one thing, never stop being who you are. She said yes. Weeks later, whispers followed her through the glass hallways of Grayson Tech. Some called her a fluke. Others called her a threat. But she kept her head high until one day Clara pulled her aside. There's been a leak, she said quietly. Sensitive data. Victor thinks it might be you. Maggie's world tilted. I don't even understand the systems here. Someone saw you talking to a man from a rival firm at the diner. She remembered the conversation. A regular customer, just being friendly, or so she thought. That night, Victor summoned her, his face unreadable. I believed in you. Don't make me regret it. I swear, it's not me. He looked at her for a long moment, then nodded. Then help me find out who it is. Together, they traced the clues. They uncovered betrayal from inside an executive who'd framed Maggie to cover his own tracks. Victor fired him. Maggie stayed. Years passed. Tommy graduated with honors. Maggie, once a waitress, stood beside Victor as the vice president of his company and more, but she never forgot the diner, the rain, or the boy in the wheelchair. She launched a foundation in Tommy's name, feeding children across the city. Because kindness doesn't fade, it multiplies.